that Starlink is available for a mobile lifestyle, you've probably started asking yourself, how does it actually work on the road? What happens when you're camping under trees? Can you share your internet with neighbors? Is it fast enough for working remotely? We'll cover all that and more in this video. So we finally got the Starlink, and here she is. We don't have a name for her yet, but it's soon to come. I was very hesitant on getting the Starlink for a long time. Price is always a factor, but size is a huge factor when you're living in a small van. That said, there are a few pros that outweigh the cons, especially compared to our previous solution, which is with the WeBoost. First up is that we generally don't rely on going to coffee shops to get Wi-Fi. While it's great for a quick stop-in, we need Wi-Fi to upload videos, and from our personal history, Wi-Fi coffee shops has taken us around, or at least 4 hours to get a 20-minute video loaded. Now with the Starlink, we're estimating about 2 to 2.5 hours for that. And what's nice is that we can just let our video load overnight in the van while we sleep versus sitting in a coffee shop for 4 hours. Not to mention, we also have a dog and we don't want to just leave her in the van for 4+ hours once a week while we sit in a coffee shop and just stare at our screen. Secondly, with the Starlink is now we don't have to rely on our alternative, which was the WeBoost. The WeBoost is great, but it's only as good as your cell phone data plan and the nearby cell towers for you to boost off of.
We're super excited about this. Hopefully, it'll give us service literally anywhere in North America, which is mind-blowing to think about. Not just service, I guess, high-speed internet, 4K, whatever, downloads, which is just...
Now that we have our Starlink, we want to put it to the test. So we drove up to Flagstaff to their national forest where there is very little to no cell service. So we're going to be testing out a variety of spots, some under more trees, some more open, and see how it works. Unboxing and setting up the Starlink is quick and easy. It comes with everything needed. Once plugged in, open the app and wait for it to connect. This can take several minutes, so be patient.
All right, here is the Starlink app, and we are going to check the range to see if anyone's camping near us, how much money they will pay for Wi-Fi.
And as soon as the 3 bars on the Wi-Fi drop down to 2, we're going to test it and see if we can get a YouTube video to load and if it has any lower resolution or if it's slower. See how far we can get. All right. We got a head start. Let's go to YouTube and see if we can get a video to load. We'll play Expedition Overland. We just met them at Expo West.
It's the morning of day 21 here in the center of Alaska.
Glacier. That's cool.
Today is designated to be slow.
I mean, it looks like it's pretty great quality. Okay, so to recap that.
If you see us out in the world and you're like kind of far away, but you're like, I see that they have a Wi-Fi on your phone or whatever, just come over to us, $3 a night. You can have free Wi-Fi.
Well, not free, $3 a night.
Unlimited.
That's pretty far. If you're wanting to camp with us and you're parked that far away from us, you're not really camping with us. Beautiful rating skills. Did you guys see how far we were? It worked great. We were still able to load the video with no issues.
1080p.
I promise it wasn't preloaded at all. Now let's check the laptop speeds. It broke 70.
Still not very fast.
That's because they told you it would be 150.
Exactly. So you want
It's only hit 150 once out of like the 8 times we've tested it. What should we watch? My Dog's Hiking in Backpacking Gear by REI. Anyway, this is doing pretty good. Quality's at 1080. It's as high as I can go. 2160 4K. Let's see. Hang on a second. I mean, it's playing great. Oh, ad pop-ups.
Wow. Couldn't do that with our hotspots.
We should go to Costa Rica. That's some serious footage for 3 hours. Wow, this is really 4K.
We don't usually play it in this.
Holy cow.
We usually go 480.
He's not lying. Let's test FaceTime to see if we drop the call. We heard with obstructions, this is where it's most noticeable.
Video chat surrounded by a little bit of tree coverage. It still works pretty well. Penelope, this is still the 5th ball.
So far, we've been really impressed with STARLINK. Even with minor obstructions, it's been more than capable at performing all the tasks we need from it. After 12 hours, the STARLINK app is able to give a detailed obstructions map, and it determined that we were experiencing outages every 2 minutes, but they were short and unnoticeable.
Put it in stow mode.
Go mode, engage.
Stow.
One major con is that it's not going to live on top of our van,
It's on the app.
meaning we'll have to set it up every time we want to use it. We're hopeful that a better solution will be made available in the near future.
Our solution.
Well, that or stand on the seat.
Yeah, but you didn't like me doing that.
No,
Too heavy, you're gonna break his seat.
correct. Or the handle that you were holding on to, or lose your balance. As we headed off for a new campsite, we wanted to find a less than ideal location to see what would happen if we camped right next to a tree. Will the STARLINK be absolutely worthless? We just got done mountain biking and have now moved camp spots, so this is now our final test of how well it works under the trees. The trees, there are more of them and they're closer to us, so we're gonna test out to see how the Wi-Fi performs and whether the obstructions are an issue. As expected, the obstructions did create some issues when streaming shows. We were able to watch the final episode of We Crashed on Apple TV with a handful of interruptions ranging from a few seconds to a minute. They weren't a major downside, but would be if you run a video call, as the frequent interruptions would likely result in dropped calls. Overall, this is still great news for our workflow because we were still able to download music, surf the internet, and upload to social media platforms. In conclusion, our brief test gave us confidence in STARLINK to provide high-quality internet in the numerous primitive camp spots we find ourselves at. This will be a game changer for us as we attempt to make our life on the road more sustainable by providing consistent, higher quality content to all of you. While these are just our initial thoughts, we'll come back in a few months after traveling to several places around the US and Canada, and we'll let you know all the tips and tricks we learn and if our opinions have changed since this video. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss future content from us, and let us know if you have any questions down below in the comments. A special thanks to all of our patrons who are making films like this one possible.